I think from my particular perspective, because there would be many different levels of challenge, from faculty recruitment to student recruitment to the campus and so on. I think from my perspective, overseeing it all, the biggest challenge was one of credibility. Credibility to students, to parents, to the sort of broader community, to MOE. So we had many people who were looking at this university as a rather strange little experiment, and we could have flopped. And I think that was always topmost in my mind. The flopping would be one measured by simply the fact that we could be seen as a mediocre new university, one that had no impact at all, no big deal. And I guess it wouldn't have made much difference to life in Singapore, but it would have made a huge difference to all of us, because we had these great dreams about what we wanted to do. So to me, that was the biggest challenge. Like launching SMU to us was like launching a new product. I liken it to iPad because there's a certain similarity. Steve Jobs can do all the market surveys he wants to do, but the iPad wasn't built on the basis of, or even iPod, on the basis of market surveys. It was based on what he thought the public would want, but it could have flopped. You really would not have known beforehand whether it would flop or not. So we had great dreams about what we wanted to do, and we had hopes it would resonate with people, but you never know. It could have flopped. So when you look back, that fear of flopping, in my view, was the biggest challenge. It's not fear of money, and fear of not having money, because the money was going to be there. The government was supporting us. But it was the fact that we could have flopped. And a lot of things have to come together for it to have succeeded. And thankfully, I think it all came together. The faculty, the students, the administration, the choice of campus, the pedagogical system, everything came together. And maybe because it was the first of its kind. There were debates within MOE. We would hear about the idea that we should just be then the sole provider of business education. We actually didn't want that because it's against my personal values and the whole values that SMU was set up on. That I wouldn't call it competition as such. I would say diversity is always good. That's a fundamental value, even within the ethos of SMU itself. We don't want all top academic performers. We don't want all Singaporeans. Diversity has an inherent value in and of itself. And diversity in the choice you give to Singaporeans, well, first of all, it does lead to competition, which is very healthy. I think having NUS and NTU business schools that are doing very well can only be good for us because A, it makes Singapore as a destination for high quality business education. That will rub off on SMU. It means competition so that we bring better professors to overall. Competition overall, I mean, if you are a business person, competition is always good. And more importantly, as a Singaporean, I think it provides diversity. NUS is going to have a slightly differently calibrated business curriculum, so will NTU, and so will us. And that's good for everybody. To the extent that these things were ever discussed, a monopoly on business education or a large university, if they had gone ahead against our recommendations, it would have been, in my view, quite negative. But thankfully, they were more distractions than anything else. The real significance of SMU at the broader level is that we were actually the change catalyst for completely changing the university situation everywhere else in Singapore.